This is David with the David Green Team, and I'm here with my good friend Mario Mazamudo. We want
Howdy.
to walk you guys through our latest client's house. We're basically fixing it up for them so that they can sell it for top dollar. Mario here flips houses, and I do a little bit of that myself, and we want to walk you guys through all the things that we do to maximize the value of your house so that it will sell for top dollar. All right, so when you're selling your house for top dollar or you're flipping a house, it's a well-known fact that kitchens and bathrooms are where you get the most bang for your buck. So we want to start that here and show you how we do a bathroom remodel and just why we do it. Right? A normal general contractor is probably going to charge upwards of $5,000 for a remodel like this, and likely more. When you use us, the people that we have that we use in our own projects, we can do it for less than half of that and get you a lot of value for your dollar. Mario, can you show us a little bit about what we're going to do in this bathroom and why?
Yeah, so really it was, we're going to leave the sheetrock up because it's fine, ceiling's fine. The wainscoting in here was plastic. We pulled this down. We got our awesome guy, Chico, did this for us, and we're putting tar paper and we're putting masonry board down. He already changed out the plumbing back there, and that's in less than 1 day. Tile goes on tomorrow. We're doing a subway style tile here. We're going to do a Carrera basket weave tile on the floor and a Carrera basket weave ribbon, if that makes sense, throughout the shower here. And it's going to make this place really pop. We'll do probably a Carrera marble top on the vanity here. The gray tones are pretty hot right now, so we'll probably do a gray paint vanity enclosure.
Yeah, now I know it doesn't look like much right now, but when you guys see the after pictures, this thing is going to look really nice.
A little bit different.
All right, so now we're in the kitchen, and I'm really excited to show you guys some of the work we're doing in here because this is going to add massive value to this house. As you see right above me, we have a fluorescent lighting fixture. At one point, these were trendy. It's not that time anymore. So what we're going to do is we're going to, well, you know, I like it because I kind of have the taste of an old man, but most of the modern day buyers don't. We're going to take this out, we're going to replace it with canned recessed lighting, which is very popular right now. Now, here's a tip for you guys. We don't want to ask a contractor how much will you pay per light. They're probably going to charge you between $100 and $150 to put in these lights, and it's going to be upwards of $600 to $900 plus the demolition to take this thing down, right? What we want to do is find out how many hours would it cost you guys to put this in, and then figure out what the material cost will be, right? So Mario, what do you estimate that we're going to pay to take out this lighting and put in can fixtures?
Well, me and you can pull this thing down right now. Just yank this puppy down. Second off, per light, we're probably just going to do 4 cans in here, so about 30 bucks a can. So that's 120 bucks for material. Let's just call it, usually you can take that same material, you double that price, and that includes your labor as well. Most of the time it's a pretty decent ballpark. So 240 bucks, let's just, even if we round it up and say 300 bucks, all of a sudden 300 bucks, it goes with this, the beautiful recessed lighting in here.
Gonna make a huge difference, and that's why we do these kinds of things. The next thing we want to talk about is the fact that we don't have a dishwasher in this house. Modern day buyers are going to expect that. So we plan on taking out this cabinet space, which Mario pointed out is pretty much 24 inches from here to here, which is what we need for a dishwasher, and we're going to put one in there. Now the problem is if we're removing this storage area, we're going to need to add it somewhere else. Mario, can you show us what we're going to do?
Sure, so we're going to add storage right around here. We're going to finish off the laundry area in here. Make it look nice and clean. There's the water here, back over here. We're going to throw up a wall, a little door to hide that. Clean all this up, texture all the walls and everything. Washer and dryer are going to go here. We're going to add shelving units over here. So all of a sudden your pantry is going to be over here. People love extra kitchen space, especially with Costco and Walmart and everything else, right?
And the coolest thing is this space right now is not being used very well. They're pretty much getting nothing out of it. So we're taking something that was a nothing and we're adding an area of value that buyers are going to like. Now, if you're flipping a house, this is really important. You want to maximize your space. And if we're flipping your house for you before we sell it, that's the same stuff that we're going to look for to maximize what someone's going to pay for your home.
All right, so here we are in the kitchen. And one of the easiest and quickest wins I want to show you guys here in the kitchen is really being able to reuse all this. Because it might sound really easy, like, oh, I'm going to go get some, what we call quote-unquote Chinese cabinets, 5,000 bucks, and some cheap counters. But once you open stuff up, it's called opening up a can of worms. We got some pretty good counters. Not my favorite Korean counters, but they're here. We have tumbled marble backsplash. But here we have solid wood cabinets, original solid wood cabinets that are still in great shape. So what we're going to do is we're going to paint these things bright white. They're going to have a nice, beautiful sheen to them. We're going to take some probably chrome hardware, put some chrome hardware on here, make them pop. And then back over it this way, where we really gained a lot of space, just like we were doing in the backyard, opening up this area here. So we had these big brown bifold doors on here. All we did is pull it off, and literally we gained about a foot on either side. And we're gonna wrap this thing with some nice big bulky white trim, and it's really just gonna pull these rooms together and make it look like a big open room concept, which is really what sells right now.
Yeah, for the modern day buyer, open is where you want to be. That's what everybody cares about. Mario, how much would you anticipate that you spent just to open up this area?
Well, so far right now, maybe 20 bucks to pull this stuff down, and then the labor putting it back up, we're talking about maybe 100 bucks.
100 bucks to get yourself an open concept kitchen that buyers are going to love. This is the kind of stuff that we're always looking at from our flipper eyes so that we can get you the most value that we can.
Yeah. So right here is going to be a quick, easy win. I mean, I'd like to know how many people actually like this. I don't think any.
No, not too many nowadays.
To pull this thing down, literally I can pull this down in probably less than 60 seconds. Can lights will go up in a matter of a couple hours, about $120 in material, about the same in labor. All of a sudden we go from this to some nice modern 4-can lights. Big, huge win. Then on top of the painted cabinets, I mean, it's gonna be like a brand new kitchen. And then right over here, what a lot of people will do, we had acoustic ceilings up over here. More likely to have asbestos in them. We don't want to mess with them. We don't want to deal with asbestos abatement. Sorry, we're on a construction site today. There's some saws and some drills. But anyway, so we had acoustic ceilings up here. We don't want to deal with asbestos abatement and all that. So we took sheetrock and we covered them. And we're just going to have these puppies refloated and retextured. And it's going to be, you know, probably a fourth of the cost that it would cost me to go through the whole process, if not more.
Now, Mario, would you agree that a lot of times when you're flipping a house, you only look at the cost and you want to keep your cost lows, but you don't always bring into fact like what value am I getting out of it, right?
Yeah.
So while we could leave these lights up because they work and save 300 bucks, how much better would it be if we were able to rip those out and put in recessed lighting that buyers actually like? Right?
Yeah.
The same goes for the cabinets. There's nothing wrong with these cabinets. These would work. But how much is it going to cost to paint these things?
Yeah, but the paint in the kitchen, I mean, at most it's going to cost me $750 to paint these things.
750 bucks for a house that, what do you anticipate your ARV is going to be?
My after return is going to be probably $475, and I think when I pick this thing up and as is condition with the lights and the cabinets and all that, for $315.
Okay, so we're talking about 750 bucks to paint the cabinets on a $475,000 house. That is a no-brainer, folks. Don't just ask yourself, what does it cost? Ask yourself, what is the value I'm getting for the cost?
My return on investment, absolutely. So
Awesome.
right here is one of these things that you want to be, you want to keep your eyes peeled for. Always be looking for rodent droppings. I actually noticed it because I noticed this little hole right here. I was like, why is that there? And then you look real close, you can see that is rat droppings right there. So not the biggest deal, but it could be opening up some worms. You want to do some research around that. Bring it up to your contractors. Bring it up to him. Let him know that it's there, and just keep your eyes peeled for rat droppings and for really holes and bite marks that you see in here. 'Cause that's just a perfect, and it always happens right here, right around chimneys as well. And that could be a health and safety issue if they get into the flue and start chewing some stuff up.
So a lot of times when we're looking to buy houses that someone else has already started, we're taking over a flip someone else messed up,
Yeah.
You'll find houses in this condition. Are you saying that you noticed that right away because there was a hole where there really shouldn't have been one and that's what brought your attention?
Exactly, yeah, yep, that's exactly right.
There you go, experienced flipper showing you guys how to avoid some mistakes. How much do you think it'll be to fix this rodent problem if you get to it before it becomes significant?
Oh, maybe, I don't know, $100, a few $100.
Yeah, but if you put this thing on the market and you end up with rodents during escrow, that could be a big problem, right?
It costs you thousands.
There you go. You want to catch it before you get there.
Absolutely.
All right, so here we are in the backyard and we're discussing the exterior of the home. Mario, can you talk a little bit about the kind of ROI someone can expect on paint?
Yeah, man. ROI and paint, best bang for your buck. You got to have a good painter. So this is the old paint color. This is actually already new, so you're not going to be able to see, but just imagine that color all the way up. That's what it looked like. So we're going from this area over here to this area over on this side. You're going to see already how quick and easy it is. Literally just took like half a day to paint this section here. And then some of the other things you want to look for and make sure your painter knows is, hey, point out any dry rotted areas you see, termite damaged areas. Let's take care of the section 1 items right now so we don't have to wait till the inspector pulls it up, and then send our guys back out here. Costs all kinds of money and trip charges when, like this little section up here, small little section to fix, easy. Let them take care of it right now. We're just gonna cut it out, put a little piece of siding in, costs us 20 bucks.
So what Mario's referring to when he talks about Section 1 damage is actually something that shows up on a pest inspection report as a clear and evident clear evidence of a pest problem, where you can see like dry rot got into that wood and kind of like rotted it out. Now, if you don't deal with this during the rehab phase, it will come up during your escrow phase where your buyers are freaked out and you're usually running around trying to figure out who's going to pay for what, and it's much more expensive than if you take care of it when you're already here. These are things that we as your realtor are looking into before we put your house on the market to make sure that like this isn't going to become a problem later and we can fix it for 20 bucks rather than having to spend 200 bucks to have someone come out here for a special trip just to fix that wood.
Correct. We want the good surprises, not the bad ones.
All right, Mario, I understand that while you were preparing this house to flip, you hit a little bit of some problems with the concrete. Can you talk to us a little bit about what happened and how you're solving it?
Sure. So if you can take a look at the lovely concrete, we got aggregate, we've got smooth, we've got a patch, big old huge patchwork over here. You have a hole over here. Take a look at the old post holes right here. We have other concrete patch here. We got cracks, we have all this stuff. If I wanted to rip all this concrete out and replace it, just for this, I'm looking at $7,500. I'm looking at probably another $5,000 for that. That's like $12,500 minimum. That's my cost to replace all this concrete. So what we decided we're going to do is put flagstone down right on top of this existing concrete. It's going to look great. We're going to use some gray tones. They're going to match the house. About $2,500 is what it's going to cost me to put it on top of this patio here. The walkways we're going to paint. And the paint's going to cost a few $100. So I think maybe I'm going to save about 10 times what somebody else would spend on it. And these are these quick, easy wins.
So a contractor would come in here and they'd tell you, hey, it's going to be $7,500. I'm going to need you to rip out all this concrete. We're going to put new stuff down.
Right.
You're realizing, hey, I'm not going to get that much value out of this. Let's figure out what we can do to make this look presentable as long as it's still safe and it's done right.
Absolutely.
Buyers aren't going to necessarily care so much about the concrete as long as it looks good.
It's going to get the same return on the material itself, but for a tenth of the cost.
Awesome, man. I love it. All right, so here we are in the backyard, and a lot of people take the outdoor space for granted when they're preparing their house to show. But it's not just curb appeal. The backyard really matters too. This is an area where buyers want to know that they can use this space and really find themselves as home, okay? We want to take the same principles that we use inside a house and apply them to the outside to get maximum value. And one of those principles is actually opening up the space so that it feels bigger and you want to be out there. Now, inside the house, we talked to you about how we kind of opened up the kitchen and we saved the elements of it that we really like to make it feel bigger. We did the same thing out here. Mario, can you talk about what we're doing?
Sure. So back over here was boxy planter boxes. We had a 6-foot fence up back over there. Along over here between the carport area and driveway in the backyard was another 6-foot fence. We're going to leave it all open. It's all going to be nice and clean and big and airy. You can see all the way up to the back hill. So we've just gained all kinds of, hill views.
Yes.
And a big open yard and all these different things. This is all going to be nice, big and long. We're going to put some, whimsical curvature walkways in there, and it's just going to look amazing.
Now, a couple things. Your labor cost on outdoor stuff is usually really low, so you get a lot of bang for your buck. And the other thing Mario mentioned is we actually took out the fence so you can see all the way up that hill,
Right.
and it makes this area look so much bigger than what it was. You really want that wow factor when somebody walks out here and says, wow, would you look at that view? It's better than looking at a fence, and because we didn't have to spend much money to get this done, it's going to get a big return on yours.
Absolutely.